Mic check. Let's see. It's only been like a week and a half, but I've totally forgotten what I'm supposed to be doing. Like, I totally forgot. I'm supposed to, when I first started, I had a big checklist and I would go through it non-stop, right before every stream. But I put that away for a long time. I kind of finally had things down. But now I kind of need it because I have absolutely no idea what I'm doing. Sorry guys, give me an extra minute. I forgot. I totally. Okay, hold on. Okay. You know what? I'm still not live yet. All right, let me. I better use studio mode. I don't know if it's gonna blow up in my face. Let's see, setup is done. Full cover for transition. Okay, now we're good. Hey everyone, welcome back. I'm back. Did you miss me? And I'm not that famous, but I just got back from Japan. So I think the last time I streamed was a little over 2 weeks ago. And yeah, it feels like a long time. But yeah, it's I've missed streaming too. I hope you guys didn't miss me too much. Yes, now I'm back. So gonna be streaming, back to the regular schedule. I might make a couple changes later on, but for now I'm gonna try to stick to the one before, which is 12 midnight Pacific time. So it's 12. I was a few minutes late today because I was scrambling to get everything ready, but it also seems I've forgotten how to stream. It's only been 2 weeks, but I've forgotten a lot of stuff. I totally forgot about sending out my tweet. I totally forgot about a lot of stuff. Like I didn't do my self-care. I didn't put any eye drops in yet, but I probably last until the next break. But yeah, it's I'm back. So I did I had a lot of fun. I did take a lot of pictures, and I was trying to set this up before the stream and yesterday as well. But I didn't really get a efficient, effective way to do it yet. But I have some kind of workaround thing that I can show pictures later. So that's the plan for tonight. So right now I'm gonna start off a little bit Project Sekai first. Also haven't played that for a while. But hopefully, maybe into the second hour, I'll be telling some stories from my trip to Japan, as well as showing a lot of pictures. I've only scrubbed through like 3 days worth of photos, so only about like 300, 400 photos. But I do have, I think I have a total of like 1,700 pictures or something. So I have a lot of pictures that I can potentially share, but I kind of have to make sure it's working first. But I don't really have an efficient way to have it set up yet or anything. So it's kind of just it's just there right now. So we'll see how long it goes today. I'm also kind of a little bit tired. If some of you have been following my me on Twitter, I did say I was feeling a little bit tired. I'm not sure if it's jet lag, because I'm basically since before I went to Japan, I basically sleep and wake up on Japan time. So where I am. Pacific time, it's a messed up sleep schedule, but it's basically just Japan time. So I had no jet lag when I got there. It was basically just a normal day for me. But coming back though, the ride on the plane was kind of rough. There were a lot of rowdy passengers, and it's kind of like a free for all, every man for himself, kind of deal. So it was a little rough. I didn't really get any sleep then, so I'm a little bit tired, and I think I'm a little bit tired over the whole trip too. I definitely didn't get as good of a sleep that I normally do at home. Normally I don't really give up sleep for anything. I always try to get at least 7-8 hours a day. I think on my trip though, I think the most I ever got was 7 hours. Probably most days were closer to 5 hours, which kind of sucks. Hi Tigress, welcome back. Okay, take care. Thank you. But yes, yeah, I'll probably be talking about it for a few days. I don't know. I'm pretty good at turning nothing into something, or turning something into something a lot. Thank you, Tigress. But yeah, I don't know how long it'll take to talk about it, but I get the feeling it will take more than one stream. And I've only prepared pictures from the first 3 days. So I think my trip was technically 11 or 12 days. 12 days, I think. But 2 of those days were pretty short because of travel. So, and to fly there's time adjustments, and then flying back and time adjustments. So I think technically it's around 12 days. Hopefully, yeah. But definitely, at least 10 good days of stuff to talk about. But I've only prepped pictures for the first 3 days. And even then, it's really messy. I don't know how to get a good way to do it. Like the OBS image slideshow, it only lets you load like 250 megabytes. Actually, let me check this real quick. Hi, Queen. Welcome back. Yes. Here, let me check real quick. Where's my desktop? Hold my desktop. Japan photos. I have 6 gigabytes of pictures. I have more than 6 gigabytes of pictures. Yeah, it's like close to, it's over 1,500, I think, pictures. Maybe 1,600 pictures. But I kind of need to scrub through them a little bit first. But hopefully we'll get into that in the second hour. Let's start off with some gaming. So, you know, I've only been playing Project Sekai since about June. So I would say it's about 5 months now. And, you know, I used to play really regularly. But, you know, during the trip, I didn't really have any time to play. I think I would log in 1 time a day and I would just set all the songs on auto. Like I would just auto, what's the easy one again? Or not the easy, the fast song. Oh crap. Sorry. What's that really short one? The, this one. Hand paint, ooh, that sucks. Yeah, I think it's kind of nice to take a week off from rhythm games sometimes too. If you play too much, it can be really rough on your body. Well, sometimes you might even get better. Like so like I was saying, I didn't actually play any during my trip at all. Like I would run this one on auto. I would like set it to 3 energy, and then I would auto run it to try to get a tiny bit of tearing in. But I didn't really have any time to play at all. But when I came back, I think I got back like yesterday, and I played a little bit. I don't think I've lost too many skills. In fact, I feel like in some ways I've gotten a little bit better without having played for basically 2 weeks. So, you know, definitely a little break can help sometimes. I think you may not realize how harsh these rhythm games are on your fingers and hands. And your eyes too, of course. That's really bad too. And, you know, kind of having a break for your body to rest and get better is pretty important. Temperature induced 32. Wow, that's freezing. That's literally freezing, right? I think 32 is freezing for Fahrenheit. Cold. Yeah, it's been it's, you know, after I got back, I didn't realize how cold it was. When I was in Japan, it was a lot of city, a lot of people, you know, a lot of walking, so you didn't really feel the cold. And I guess it wasn't too cold. But, you know, coming back home, it does feel a lot cooler now. It really feels like, you know, fall's here, you know, winter's just around the corner. But yes, that's what I was doing during the trip. I would just run this on auto, so I haven't really played this game at all. Basically on my trip, I was hoping, you know, if I had more time I would have, but it was pretty busy. Yeah. I feel you. I feel that too. I feel arthritis in my shoulder, in my left knee, my right shoulder, and those are the worst. This is part of getting old. Yes, but, you know, I didn't, the last event and a half, I think I didn't get any tearing in. I think I managed, how do you find out what rank you were? I think it's, is it in the titles or something? Titles, achievements, something here. Let's see. Yeah. So, you know, recently I've been trying to stay above 5,000 to get the extra gems. But the last one I was top 40,000. So, you know, definitely fell a lot. And I think the first day or two of this one, I was also missing. So, you know, I'm still in the 10Ks right now, 11K. But I am hoping to do a little bit right now. If anyone wants to do co-op, please join. So, yeah, I can definitely try to do some light tiering right now. Let me start a room up. And then see if anyone wants to play with me right now. But yes, hopefully I'm back to my normal schedule now that I can get some, you know, real tiering in, hoping to stay above 5,000. But, you know, today I'm only hoping to do this for about 40 minutes or so before the break. And after the break, I'm going to get into story time for my trip to Japan. But it looks like it's just me alone. Yes, this is global servers. So, you know, if anyone wants to join, it's open to everyone. 25082. Oh, all right. That's okay. You know, I have been doing what's that called? I've just been joining public runs sometimes. You get a lot of points that way too. It's just solo is definitely the worst. You know, I kind of enjoy solo, but You know, I'm really into tiering right now. I'm like, oh, I really want those points. I really want it bad. So I'm going to just join a public room for now while I burn off some energy. If anyone wants to do co-op, please let me know and I can start up a room for us. But let me just get started here with by myself. All by myself. Yeah. So, you know, I'm planning, that's the plan, to do this for another 40 minutes or so, and then see where we get from there. Yeah. It's nice. I don't really know how the scoring works, but that's what I'm trying these days. I'm also kind of, you know, I'm still hunting for gems, so I have a lot of songs I don't have S ranks for yet. So, you know, that's what it's filtered by, you know, songs with S ranks, and so I try to do those when I'm alone and I have time. It is also pretty rare too. Basically, just now, I've actually started to qualify for pro rooms. Because before this, I didn't actually have enough talent to get into pro rooms. You need 150,000 or so. I think most of my event teams were way lower than that. But this time is like one of the first events I've actually been able to use a 4-star that I own. Like 3 3-stars and 1 2-star. I've also forgot about, it's been a while since, you know, I played while streaming. I think last time I figured out that I need to add some kind of delay. Some kind of, timing adjustment when I plug my laptop into my capture card. You can definitely feel these are all lates right now. Some of it's my own skill issue, but a lot of it is simply something delayed. I've also noticed something the other day. I think when the timing is off, if the music is softer, you actually do better. It's weird like that. Yeah, when the timing's off, if the music is softer, then you kind of don't follow the music as much and you just kind of go visually. And the visually, there's no timing issue. It's all, you know, within the audio and visual disconnect. 6 months to get my N25 team to pro room score. Yeah, same with me. I mean, I've been playing almost 6 months. Not quite 6 months, but yeah, I'm a little bit over 5 months, so I'm pretty close to 6 months as well. And that's why I'm finally being able to join pro rooms now. And probably only for this event. You know, the next event, I may not have a 4-star with event team, and then I'll be in trouble again. Oh no, A rank, not good enough. Yeah, definitely not for me. Let's see this one. Yeah, we're at 173. This is kind of the first time. You know, 1 4-star, 2 3-stars, and a 2-star. You know, most other events, my teams always look like it's like 4 2-stars and like maybe 1 3-star. But this is the first time, so it's kind of nice. Yes, if anyone wants to do co-op, please let me know. And then I can start up a room for us. Okay. I also dumped you know, the rest of my gold into leveling up the current event team, as well as the, what are these things called? These elemental things. Yeah, these decorations. I definitely leveled up a bunch of these, so it's a nice buff. Okay, I'm being cheap. I'm really leaning towards waiting 3 minutes so that I get another energy. It's like, here, I'm gonna use some small drinks. Alright, I got small drinks. Let me do 1 song, and then I can pop 10s after that. Yeah, if you guys have if any of you have followed my my Twitter, I was posting pictures from my trip as well. and you may have seen some Project Sekai merch there. I definitely bought a bunch. Probably more than I should have. Probably not as much as some people expect, but you know, it's a lot for me. You know, my sister kind of bought me too much, so it was nice. Yeah, so right now, on my left right now I have my Minori plush, and then I have the smaller Mizuki one. Yeah, I think I took a picture of all the ones that I bought, but I didn't post it to Twitter yet. Oh, I forgot to set timing again. But now when playing this, I feel like I have no timing issues. Oh, there goes combo. Oh, I forgot to check the timing for the last run. Before, when I was still streaming before my trip, I was trying to push my Twitter a little bit more. Because I was hoping to post a lot of stuff to Twitter during my trip, and I did. But now that it's over, I'm probably going to be pushing it less. If you guys don't mind, you can still follow me on Twitter for updates. I always post there whenever I go live, any absences, anything I'm thinking about, as well as things I love to cook. I did post my my pasta dinner on Twitter tonight. I do post my minor Project Sekai achievements, full combos there sometimes. But yeah, I took like not quite 2,000 pictures, but well over 1,500. And I definitely did not post all of them to Twitter. Okay, now we just gotta wait like a few more minutes before, I think like 1 minute before our energy regenerates. I'm so cheap. I want my free energy. Hermit Mizuki with 12k crystals only got 2 4-stars. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I won't be rolling on this banner. I don't think I'll be rolling on anything until maybe Color Fest, the December one. The one with the New Year on card. I like that one. It would be one of my favorite cards if she had longer hair, like her normal hair, but her hair is like real short there. Everything else is pretty great about it though. Okay, we got our energy. Let me pump some energy drinks. Try to get some tearing in. Also, if anyone wants to do co-op, please let me know in chat so that I can make a room. Otherwise, I'm just doing this solo right now. Let's see. Okay, we're at like 10k. Let's see what we can get up to. Co-op show. Boom. Yeah. It's really nice. I actually right before this trip, I actually downloaded Hey Bacon, welcome back. Did I post a picture of the, how do you even pronounce that? Chunithim? I did take a picture of it, of people playing it. I didn't actually play it. I don't think I posted it though, did I? On my Twitter? I'm not sure. I definitely saw some people playing it. But yes, welcome back, Bacon. I'm back. Hope you didn't miss me too much. But I actually didn't play it when I was in Japan. No, I didn't. I was just really busy. It was very overwhelming. I felt like I did way I tried to prepare a lot of stuff, but I was just way underprepared. You know, once I got there, like everything I learned, everything I planned just went out the window. It was just like complete chaos. I know. Honestly, I don't know what I would do if my sister wasn't there, you know. I don't travel much, you know, so but my sister travels a lot, so you know, she's kind of she carried me the entire trip basically. Yeah, that and her Japanese is way better than mine. She did study, I think she studied abroad for a while. You know, my Japanese is it's like a low-level weeb. Not even a medium-level weeb. It's just low-level weeb. I should change that back. You know, I actually had that. You know, some of you have been here longer. You might have seen in my profile before. My description used to be low-level weeb, but I took that out to just be weeb. But I might be now. I feel like I should put it back. Yeah, I feel like I feel like all the Japanese that I learned in like the last year, I just completely forgot all of it once I got there. But I almost feel like, you know, I haven't gotten that much better, but I definitely have not gotten a lot worse here at Project Sekai since, you know, basically not having played for 2 weeks. I did try Brand New Day today, and I think I did it with like 42 mistakes, which is not great for me, but it's not bad either. You know, for a while I was doing like 50 mistakes. Yay! Yes, I definitely saw the what the game is called? The one with the round thing, and it's basically like Project Sekai. I don't even know how to pronounce it. Chunithim. Yeah, the trip went pretty well. I had a lot of fun. You know, it was really nice, but a lot of bad stuff happened too. Washing machine, yeah, a lot of bad stuff happened. I definitely lost a lot of money. Like I dropped and lost things. I actually lost like 3 things, I think. 2 of them were really cheap. But one of them was really pricey. So that happened pretty early on my trip too. So it was pretty bad, but you know, my sister she was pretty understanding about it, you know, even though she paid for basically everything. I lost a lot of money from losing a train ticket. Not a train ticket, but a train pass for 7 days, which is, I think, relatively for us, it's worth like close to $300 USD. And yes, I just dropped it. I have no idea when, how, but I lost it, so we had to buy a replacement, and that cost a lot of money. No, Suica. Okay, so the Suica card, I did. You're right. I lost my Suica card. No, but this is another pass. I bought the JR Rail Pass, and I dropped it. It's a non-refundable, non-replaceable anything, and it only lasts a week, and it costs like $200. We technically bought it for $200, but the value and the stuff that we had to pay to replace it is worth more than that. So it was like $300 total about. I actually lost my Suica card too, or I lost my IC card on the last day of the trip. No, not even the last day of the trip. I lost it after we got to the airport and made our final purchase, and there was only $1 left on the card. I actually lost my Suica card. So yeah, it was I lost a lot of stuff. You know, normally at home I'm not the I'm not the clumsy one. I'm usually the responsible one. But you know, on the trip I definitely made a lot of mistakes. It's because I am a very inexperienced traveler. This is actually the first time I've ever traveled abroad, like to a foreign country. Unless you count Mexico, which I don't really count, because that was you know, well over a decade ago when, you know, relations were real well and you didn't even need a passport. We literally just walked over the border and then we came back in the next day. So, you know, other than that, I've never actually left the U.S. before. This is my first time traveling to a foreign country. But you know, I was definitely unprepared. Definitely very inexperienced. So I made a lot of mistakes, which, you know, cost me a lot of money. I mean, 2 of them cost me like $1 each. But that other mistake is very pricey. It's, I mean, it's more than all the merch that I bought combined. And it's kind of embarrassing too, because, you know, normally at home I'm the more responsible, less clumsy one. But there on the trip, I was just, you know, I was so unprepared that I just, you know, I choked, definitely. And I don't even know when I dropped it, so I'm pretty responsible too. Like, I always put things back in the same pockets. I always check before I leave, but I still, you know, I still lost that too, so. Well, the other item I lost was an umbrella, which, you know, is another story to tell. I lost the umbrella that I've never used. And I kept it for, you know, over a week. And I was like, this umbrella is magical. It wards away the rain. You know, once I bought it and carried it around, then it never rained again. But no, I lost that too. You know, that one I can't say for sure, but I almost feel like it got stolen. You know, back when you know, after I got back to America, you know, it's not Japan anymore. It's not safe. I feel like someone stole my $1.50 umbrella, or it's even less than $1.50. I don't know how long my storytelling is gonna take, but basically we have like, I'll play for like another 25 minutes and then we'll see, try to get into storytelling, see if anyone shows up. That's kind of what I'm trying to do. Someone's lucky to ride the train for free. It's actually, I mean, technically if they're real sneaky about it, maybe, but they could definitely get pulled over for it, because the pass that I had, it's only for foreigners, so like a Japanese person cannot use it, or they're not allowed to purchase it. So, you know, I do feel like security in Japan's pretty, you know, it's very safe there, but they do also have a lot of security around. Like, they have a lot of, you know, guards and, you know, staff kind of watching you do everything. You know, there's cameras everywhere, so, you know, if if a, you know, a resident there used it, you know, and someone caught them, maybe this would be something in trouble. They'd be in trouble. But yeah, I don't even know if I had to guess, you know, where I lost it. What's the trouble? It was probably when I was playing gacha. Yeah, you know, so I did post on my Twitter. It was that day that I was the day that I got the Mizuki plush. Yeah, the Mizuki, you know, Nightcore Mizuki. We were playing gacha for kind of the first time since we got there, or a little bit more, because we were a little busy the first like day and a half. But that day, I think we started playing, so we got really excited. You know, we won an Anya plushie, a Baymax plushie, and then some other ones, and then, you know, we were really excited then. So if I had to guess, that's probably where I lost my card, when, you know, we were like being noisy gaijins and shouting after winning, you know, shouting after winning our crane game prizes. But yeah, it does kind of hurt, but I'm glad my sister was pretty understanding, you know. You know, technically this is it's a family trip, but I don't have any money. So it was basically all paid for by my sister. So, you know, thank you, sister. She was very understanding after I lost my rail pass, which, you know, I was scared about. If it was like my mom or my dad or something, they probably would have flipped out or something. They'd probably make me starve for like next week or something. I do feel bad about it, but it was, you know. So that's the thing with the JR Pass. I think technically we bought it for $200, but this is also because there's supposed to be a price hike, you know, right before we went. But we bought it, you know, ahead of time. And with the price hike, I think if you want to buy it, it's $300 or something. But even for like at $300, it's still worth it for the things that we were doing. And definitely, you know, we had to, you know, if I lost it in Osaka instead, it would be much better. Because at least we would have gotten, you know, the usage out of the Shinkansen, at least one way. But we didn't, so we basically had to buy all the Shinkansen, which was basically the entire point of the Rail Pass. Because, you know, the local stuff is pretty cheap. But the Shinkansen is expensive. It's like a, I don't know, you know, I don't travel too often, so. But I know it's more than a cheap domestic flight in the US. I think the Shinkansen ticket itself was like 144. So, you know, we had to buy one way there, one way and one way back. And we definitely could have used it on all the JR trains as well, so I think it's well over $300 of value that I lost. Yeah, walking back to the hotel room, that's, yeah. Oh, I mean, my feet hurt so much too. I mean, it's better already now, but we did so much walking, especially earlier on. You know, I'm a VTuber. I play games and you know, I talk to people online, so I don't get that much. I don't touch that much grass. I don't get that much exercise. I do try to, you know, do a little bit at home, but I'm not in great shape. So definitely my feet were hurting from all the walking. There was so much walking every day. I feel like Japanese people must be they must be really fit from walking so much. You know, I feel like around here, I just, you know, people drive everywhere. It's so much sitting at home, sitting at work, you know, sitting at school, and then sitting on the car. But you know, even if even people, you know, they sit at work and they sit at home, at least they have to walk to the train station, which really adds up. Yeah, I feel like it was a ton of walking, so much worse than Disneyland. I do feel like, I think Disneyland, I think you walk something like if you have an active day at Disneyland, you might walk like 10 miles a day. And I do feel like I was walking probably almost 10 miles every day. I think my sister had her Fitbit on, and I think she said it was something like, it was easily over 20,000 steps every day. I don't know if I posted this yet. So, you know, I have posted my, what's that called? My Minori plush, the Mizuki one from the Crane game. But I also bought 2 on plushes and 1 Kohane. I don't know if I should have bought so many. But, you know, my sister was kind of, she was spoiling me. She was encouraging me. So I have 2 on plushes now. You know, one's a little bigger. They kind of match the Kohane, and then one was smaller, which is the same size as the Mizuki one. And then the Minori one's even bigger. That one was pricey. But, you know, it was Minori, so I had to buy it. I kind of also wish I found a Shiho plush too, you know. But the only Shiho merch I got was a sticker. At least I have one piece though, so you know. I've said before, my favorites are, what was it? Minori, Kohane, and Shiho. Never regret a plushie purchase. Yeah. Arcade got you standing. Yeah, I didn't. Wow. So I don't think I actually played any arcade games like actual arcade. But, you know, we played a lot of, you know, Crane game, UFO Catchers, Gachapon, And but yeah, I didn't actually play the any like actual arcade games this time. I mean, that's the other thing. Of all the Crane games, I didn't actually play any of them. I think most of them was my sister playing, because she loves playing them. So, you know, she did win the Mizuki for me. Or if anyone wants to do co-op, let me know. Otherwise, I'm just going to keep going alone. Probably got about 15 more minutes of this, and then I'll start. I'm going to start storytelling with pictures. I'm going to try to go in chronological order. So we're going to be starting at the airport. I think the first day I landed in, what was it, Narita Airport, I think? Narita Airport, and... yeah. Save. That's another thing, because I do feel like, you know, I don't have a lot of money. This is all paid for my sister, so I didn't want to insist on anything. Otherwise, you know, if I was rich, maybe I would go play the Chunithim Sun or whatever the game's called. But I didn't really want her, you know, she'd be waiting and watching me too, so most of the time it was, you know, me watching her play. Which is fine, you know, it was nice. She won some stuff from me too. And she had fun. But yes, that's the plan, so I'm gonna try to tell the story in chronological order. Starting from the airport to Ikebukuro, and then Harajuku, and then Shibuya, and then Nikko, and Arashiyama Flower Park, I think. Oh, those are all the pictures I have right now. Is this the 26? You know, the reason I started with Project Sekai, because honestly, you know, I'm not a big enough streamer or popular enough to just do just chatting streams. You know, I'm gonna change the title to just chatting after this. It's kind of you know, the regulars that show up, like, you know, Bacon and Tiger showed up, but they were busy. Queen showed up, Queen Will-O-Wisp. But you know, it is a streamer fear that everyone's forgotten you after your short vacation. Everyone's moved on. Which, you know, in the streaming world, you know, 2 weeks is a long time. I mean, it felt like a long time for me as well. I totally almost forgot how to start my stream today. I definitely missed a few steps here and there. Actually, you know what? I don't even know if my audio's working. You guys even hear me? I didn't even ask. Maybe I've been quiet the entire time. I thought I saw the meter running, but I'm not even sure. I don't even know. Oh, I've been forgotten. And my stream is just broken now. Oh, hi Moose, welcome back. You didn't forget me, thank you. JP append chart. Oh, so that's the other thing. Right before my trip, I actually downloaded Project Sekai JP. I'm alive. Let me check. Okay, I see my tablet moving. I see my mic moving, so I should be barely alive. But yes, I did download the JP version. Not to really play it. But I will get to this in my story later. But there was a collab in Japan. Project Sekai X karaoke hall. And did I post it yet? I don't think I posted it yet. But you know, the short preview, we probably went to like 6 or 7 different karaoke cons, trying to see if they had the Project Sekai merch in stock, and they all were out until we went to one that was kind of unexpected. And it's because it was an unexpected location. That's why they actually had it in stock. And then so we actually went karaoke for an hour, and then we got the Project Sekai clear file with with all 26 of the characters in chibi form. For free, you know, even though karaoke was like $30. You know, you had to, you know, 1 drink minimum, 1 hour minimum. So it was but I got the clear file. That was probably the thing I wanted the most. Wait, there was a Suntory drinks for D4 DJ Gacha. I had no idea. I didn't see any actually. I definitely had some Suntory drinks. I definitely had a Suntory honey lemon something and something else like that too. But yes, that was probably the thing I wanted the most. I mean, other than the Minori that I also got on the last day. I really like the Minori plush. That was there on my last, is it the last or second to last post? But I was really, yeah, the clear file from the Karaoke-Con collab. I was really happy about that. And it was technically free. Let's see, what should I... So it was kind of, it was very unexpected. You know, we almost gave up because we went to like 6 or 7 locations and asked them, or I didn't ask them, my sister would ask them, you know, in Japanese, if they had the clear file in stock. And I think every single place was sold out. And then after that, I actually checked on the website. They said, oh, sorry, we're out of stock. We'll be restocking in December. I'm like, damn, I'm gonna be gone in December already. Suntory, yeah, I did not see that on. Sorry about that. But yeah, Suntory, I definitely had a couple Suntory drinks. I had there was one honey lemon something and like hot lemon or something like that. But yes, there's so many collabs in Japan and it's like so many anime and game collabs and they happen so fast. I do think that's one of the highlights of staying in Japan long term. Because I think the collabs just happen so often and so fast that you can't really plan for it. Like, they happen ridiculously fast. Like for example, I think some of them, they don't even get announced ahead of time. They might get announced ahead of time like 1 week, and it's around for like 10 days, and then it's gone. So the duration's really short for a lot of them. For like pop-up stores, cafes, and you know, the Project Sekai one is a little longer running. But definitely, you know, when we got there, some collabs, you know, started and ended already. So you can't really plan if you're from a foreign country, because you know, unless you're like, you know, leave immediately once you find out the collab happens. But you know, for me, I don't know. You know, I'm not super experienced, but I thought it'd be a good idea to plan a little earlier. And I guess this trip, I've technically been planning it for almost half a year. So, you know, that is one thing that would be kind of nice if you lived in Japan. There's just so many, you know, anime game collabs. And you really will miss them all unless you're already there waiting for it. That or you're like a millionaire, like a billionaire, you can just travel whenever you want for whatever. Yay! I would stay in Japan just to find a very rare plush from 10 years ago. Yeah. Since I think at the near the second half of the trip, I was kind of feeling like I had enough of Japan. But when I got back, I think I realized that I didn't have enough of Japan. I just had enough of touching grass and being around humans. But you know, once I got back to the States, I was like, oh, I miss Japan. So it was a little different. It was a little different. Okay, time's it. Okay, let me see how much energy I have. Let me run off one more energy. I guess it's too late for co-op, but right after this, we're gonna go get into storytelling. So I'll be telling stories and showing pictures from my trip to Japan. I don't know how long we'll go on for because I only have like 400 pictures ready or so. I didn't really upload the rest yet. So I'll be getting that after this song and after a short break. So stick around for that, guys. But yeah, I think I do miss Japan. I think I think my mom asked me, well, so, you know, me and my sister are 400 today. I took 1,700 pictures total. So I have a lot. I mean, they're not all super unique or interesting, but it is there. Here, let's do 30. Don't fight the music. But yeah, I think my mom asked me, you know, would you like to go back to Japan? I was like, no, I'm done. I don't have money, so I can't. She says, well, what if you were rich? And I'll be like, yeah, I would totally go right now. I would stay there. But, you know, I think for someone like my sister, even then, I asked her before if she would ever consider moving to Japan, and she said definitely not. She said, you know, the society is a little too structured and rigid, maybe. You know, sometimes. You know, Americans enjoy their freedom. And, you know, I do too. But, you know, there's a lot of things I like about Japan. And I think a lot of Japan is very nice to have. But if you're working there, it might be different. Like if you're actually working in a Japanese company, things would be very different. Because you'll have to kind of, you know, be part of the workplace culture. But as, you know, a tourist, or even if you are, you know, you work remotely and you just lived in Japan, it would be very different. I mean, it also doesn't help that, or helps that, you know, the yen is pretty weak right now. I think that's why there's so many tourists going there as well. You know, a lot of things felt very cheap because of the exchange rate. Yeah. Definitely a lot of people, a lot of tourists, and I mean, I don't have any friends in real life, but my sister does, and I think she had like 4 or 5 different groups of friends that went to Japan recently. And we actually ran into one of them on the way. Yeah, but you know, it depends. I mean, also the other thing is like, you know, I think a lot of YouTubers and VTubers or a lot of, you know, big name YouTubers have moved to Japan recently, I think. Or not recently, but, you know, in the last few years or so. I totally died. But I don't think I did too bad. Not too bad. Step 1, become e-girl. Yeah. But that's essentially what I am, though. I'm just e-boy, which is, you know, the inferior version. But, you know, that's what I've chosen to become. And I'm glad to be back streaming. Yeah, I do miss it. And you know, I've had enough touching grass and walking for a long time. But yeah, like I was saying, ooh, how many is that? 48 mistakes. Not great, but it's all right for me. Okay. Yes. Okay. So thank you guys for watching. I'm going to. I was hoping more Project Sekai regulars would show up, but I guess this is it. So thank you guys for watching. I'm going to take my break right now. I'm going to do pre-rolls, and then I'm going to set up the pictures, and I'm going to start talking about my story. The story about my trip to Japan. So please look forward to that. And thank you, everyone. So I'll be right back, and it'll take a little bit to set up. Hopefully I can get it done quickly. I'm going to do it live though, so I should be ready. Yes, thank you. So yeah, story time. Hopefully I don't mess up too badly. Hopefully you guys find it interesting. I'll try to. I am not jet lagged at all. I am immune to jet lag because I'm a VTuber. and my normal sleep schedule is 7 a.m. and I wake up at like 3 p.m., which also happens to be, you know, sleeping at 12 midnight in Japan time. So I literally had no jet lag at all because I just stayed with my regular schedule, and I would wake up, I would sleep, you know, at midnight, and I would wake up when the sun rises. So it was perfect. I'm immune to jet lag because, you know, my sleep schedule is effed up already. That's what I thought. Until I got back, I think it was just because of the ruined sleep from the plane. But other than that, you know, basically, you know, I'm kind of immune to jet lag because of that. You can't mess up your sleep schedule if it's already messed up. But yes, I'm feeling all right. I do feel really tired. I slept like 9 hours last night, and then I took another nap for like 2 hours. So I'm definitely catching up on sleep, though I don't think I have jet lag, so I'll be good. I'll be good for now, but yes. Time for my break, and then we're gonna get back, and it's story time. Let me change my title real quick. So, story time. Now. Happy Thanksgiving! Oh yes, it is technically Thanksgiving now, I think. Is it Thursday? It's Thanksgiving for those who are in the US, so happy Thanksgiving to you. Hope you have something nice to eat, something to be thankful for, and hope you're not getting shot on the streets. Sorry. I'm sorry, I couldn't help myself. Okay, I'll be right back. Thank you, everyone. All right, I'm back, everyone. Thank you for waiting. This is the end for Project Sekai. I gotta slowly set up. Let me change the. I wanna clickbait people for like 15 minutes, and then I'll change to just chatting. For now, I'll still pretend that I'm in playing Project Sekai. But yes. Stories from Japan. Stories. Pics and stories. What the hell? Hold on. Move the pics and stories from Japan. Happy Thanksgiving. All right. Done. Okay. Give me like a minute to set up. I kind of did it a little bit. But I don't know how it's gonna go. Let me try. All right. All right. Let's see. Studio mode. I'm supposed to go to scene right. To load this photo app. Photo app here. Photo pictures, Japan pictures, day 1. Ta-da! Okay, I hope I don't do anything like real bad and like dox myself or something. BGM and transition. Yay! I don't think it blew up yet. Okay, so I was kind of rushed to do this already. You know, I've never done like a photo slideshow sort of thing in OBS, so I didn't know how to set it up, and I didn't really have too much time either to kind of Google a solution. But this is kind of my workaround for now. The built-in slideshow, you can only put 9 pictures, or not 9 pictures, you can only put like 250 megabytes. And for me, that was only 9 photos, so it didn't work for me. So now I'm trying to use this Windows photo viewer thing, but it also won't let me zoom in on the photos because if I do, it counts as a different app and it doesn't show up, so I have to apologize. I haven't really found a solution yet. I was kind of rushed, but you know, I kind of wanted to do this earlier than later. But yes, so you know, first things first off, I guess I remind everyone to please pay attention to the chat rules. So you know, don't try to dox me or reveal anything, and you know, don't try to ask anything too personal. But I'll try to share as much as I can. I love to share my thoughts on things. You know, don't ask, you know, like where I live or anything. So, okay, I don't even know. I've never done this, so I don't know how to do this. You know, I feel like sometimes I have a lot to say about a lot of things, but you know, I'm not really ready for this. Okay, I did kind of write up a journal though. So, you know, I don't normally write journal, but I feel like when I was younger, I used to have really good memory. But it's not as good now that I'm older. So, you know, these pictures and these notes, they kind of help me to jog my memory a little bit, so I can kind of remember what happened. But this is technically day 0 or day 1. I don't know how we would count it. We were definitely awake for more than, or you know, close to 24 hours, I think. So today's the 23rd. We technically got back on the 20th. So this is a Wednesday. I think we left on a Wednesday. So that's Pacific time in the US. We left in the afternoon, but when we got to Japan, it was already Thursday late evening. So, you know, the flight was only 12 hours, but we technically traveled forward, you know, 12 hours plus 17 hours. So, you know, so this is the first leg of the trip, you know, outside of, you know, transportation to get here. This is actually San Francisco International Airport. You know, I'm definitely not used to traveling. I think the last time I've actually been on a trip or traveled on vacation was actually, you know, also with my sister. We went to New York. I think it was about 6 years ago. It does feel like time travel. 6 years. So actually, you know, basically, when traveling to Japan from the US, you kind of stay with the sun. So, you know, as the time zone goes by, you actually stay with the sun. So it kind of stays, you know, we kind of left around, I think like 4 p.m. So it basically stayed 4 p.m. the entire flight. So the sun kind of stays with you. You kind of ride along with the sun. Whereas, when we're flying back, you actually lap the sun twice. So it does feel kind of like time travel in that sense. But, we actually traveled back in time from the other way. But this time we, on the way there, we actually traveled forward in time along with the sun. So it was kind of cool. And I guess, once you pass the UTC -12, it jumps forward 24 hours, even though you stayed with the sun the entire time. Yes, but this is San Francisco International Airport. This might be the only second time I've been here. So one time was definitely, I don't remember when's the last time, but I've not been here very often. It's like I said, I don't travel a lot. My last trip was with my sister, also with my sister, to New York, and that was probably like 6 years ago. But my sister does travel a lot. She travels with her friends and alone, and everything. So she's a very experienced traveler compared to me. Okay, I guess I also should say that this trip was it's technically a family trip, but it's just me and my sister, and my sister paid for everything. So thank you, sister. But she's traveled a lot, and this time, she was like, "Oh, you seem like you're in a weeb phase. You want to go to Japan?" And I was like, "Okay, sure, why not?" So yes, that's kind of how it started. So this is SFO. I think this is like I said, I don't travel a lot, so I was a little bit overwhelmed. So I didn't take too many pictures at the start. But this is like the check-in terminal, I think. Like where you check in for the flights. It's pretty big, I think before I would, I don't normally go to international airports, so when I would fly for college back then, it would definitely be a much smaller airport. It definitely doesn't feel like this one. So it was pretty big, and I think we got there pretty on time. I think it was about 2 hours early. Let's see what else I did. Yeah, so we got through we were 2 hours early, which I thought was plenty of time for the domestic. But I think with the security and all the lines and everything, we didn't have that much time. So I think by the time we were through security, we only had like an hour or so, I think. And I think did we go to a lounge? Yeah, we went to a lounge. So like an airport lounge. This is like only the second time I've been to an airport lounge. So my sister has some kind of travel perks with her, with her insurance or something, and she gets to go to these airport lounges. And so we went to one. It was not great. The last time in New York, we went to the lounge at JFK in New York, and that one was really fancy. It was really big, it was really fancy, and the food was really nice. But this time it was really small, it was really crowded. It was really tight, and so I did not take any pictures of that. I was a little embarrassed. But here, this is after we got past security. So security is very tight here. The staff was kind of not the nicest. I guess they don't get paid too much for it. And here, let me turn off my tablet. Unless you guys are enjoying the Project Sekai background music. I probably should turn it off. I should change the title now, since it's I'm not getting anywhere with this. So let's just no more clickbaiting, people. Sorry if you showed up for Project Sekai. But yes, let me change this to just chatting. Just chatting. That's just chatting is a little dangerous for a small streamer, because there's 181,000 people doing this. No one's gonna notice me, but thank you guys for watching. Okay, this is it for Project Sekai. Let me shut it off for now. Boom. All right. So let me see. I have my background music on. No more Sekai. Yeah, sorry. But that's why I wanted to start with Project Sekai. Hopefully, some of the Project Sekai regulars will become and be interested in listening to my story. So security they weren't too they were. I guess I got pretty lucky this time. Normally, I would say when I was younger, I would always get pulled aside for what they call quote random security checks, but it's not really random. They just pick on you if you look suspicious, or like they would never pick on a woman, unless they're like flirting with them or something. But You know, I always seem to get picked for random security checks sometimes, but not this time. So, but somehow it took a long time. So I think we had about an hour. So we went to a lounge. Here's the pictures of the lounge. I think one of them was closed, and so we went to the other one. I did not get any pictures of it though, because it was I was too overwhelmed and it wasn't that great. Okay, so here's the one thing I have to mention first. You know, some of you may know from my Twitter, but I am actually a strict vegetarian, and most of my meals are vegan. So finding food is, you know, quite a struggle. And so at the lounge, you know, they had a lot of options. They had some options, but, you know, I can't eat most of them because it has meat in it. And so I think I ended up eating, they had a vegetarian sandwich. And I think they also had a wrap, which I mistook for a veggie wrap, but it actually had tuna in it. And then I couldn't stand the taste though, so I didn't finish that. But I did have a lot of sandwiches because I was pretty hungry. I think I ate like six mini sandwiches or so, and then I had some macaroni salad and like a Diet Coke or something like that. But the lounge food is nothing compared to the one I remembered from JFK Airport in New York. That one was really fancy. They had a lot of nice seating, a lot of food, and it was very relaxing. Here it felt super cramped and so cramped that I didn't really feel like taking any pictures. It was it's not something worth talking about, but you know, here I am talking about it. So after that, we were still kind of hungry. So here, let me skip ahead real quick. So you can see here that I actually flew with we flew with Zip Air. So Zip Air is a very new airline. I think they only started in pretty recently, but it's a very new airline. It's also pretty cheap. I think it's one of the cheapest airlines to Japan, but they have very limited service. So they don't have there's a lot of things missing, like I think carry-on or check-in luggage is extra, but they also have no meals provided, which is very rare for from what I hear for international flights, because you know, you're there for, you know, up to 12 hours, you got to eat something. But meals are not provided or not included. You can buy meals ahead of time or while you're on the plane, but not provided. So we knew that already. So we kind of prepared, we were preparing for that. So I think we packed something from home. Oh, it was Wednesday. You know what? Today is Wednesday too. So it's basically been 2 weeks. But Wednesday is, it's Whopper Wednesday at Burger King in the US. So we actually got 2 Impossible Whoppers to go. So we had that. But my sister was like, that's not going to be enough food. And I was like, okay. So that's, you know, I ate a lot at the lounge, but you know, the flight's going to be 12 hours. So we went to this, this Mexican restaurant there. You know, I did post this. I think this was my first Twitter post about my trip. Not 4 Whoppers, just 2 Impossible Whoppers, 1 for each of us. But we went to this Mexican place, and you see the quesadilla here. They have a soy chorizo option. So let me go ahead real quick. You know, here. So this is the quesadilla, the soy chorizo quesadilla. It was pretty tasty, but a little basic. If you guys, you know, on my Twitter before, you've actually seen that I've actually posted chorizo quesadilla that I made at home before, and I would say mine's is probably better. Sour cream was nice though, because I don't normally have sour cream at home. But it was really expensive. It was pretty mediocre. So we see the price here, $17.59. That's USD. You know, plus tax, and plus them, you know, kind of asking for a tip. You know, for being a counter service, or you know, being a quick serve. You know, having 0 service and, you know, kind of expecting a tip. That's American thing. It is totally not worth it. But we had to, because so Zip Air, they have, for the in-flight meals, they have a lot of meat options, but the only vegetarian option they have was like a cheese ravioli, which it would have been really sad. It would have been really small amount too. So we kind of just brought our own food. So for the quesadilla, it was not great, but we had to because we were starving. Or we knew that we would be hungry. So we bought one and we kind of shared it on the plane. You know, we just had some lounge food, so we weren't too hungry. But it was pricey, and the worst part was there was a ridiculous wait. Okay, I think we waited like 30 minutes for it, and there wasn't even a line. The people there were just the service staff were just so, I don't know what's the deal. Okay, so another thing, someone who ordered in front of us got their food first. And we were like, why did that guy get the food first and we didn't? And then the guy there was like, I don't know, he was like stoned or something. I mean, he wasn't very sharp or anything, but he was American. That's one thing I really liked about Japan. The price is what you see. And you know, some people will give you great service, some people won't, but they're not doing it because they're soliciting tips. That's just how they feel. Whereas American, you never know, because you know, someone's nice to you. They're always there for tips, and you know, once they, you know, they might kind of, I don't want to talk about it. But yes, American tip culture. But the worst part was that we had to wait like half an hour for it, and that basically made us almost late for boarding our flight. The guy before us got their food before us, and we asked him, why did you give him the food first? We ordered first. Oh, and he said, and then the guy was stoned. I couldn't really get what he was trying to say, but he basically came out to that, oh, that lady over there is handling your order, and then he's handling that other order, so you have to wait for that lady. So we, you know, it was her. Maybe she was working really slow or something. But it felt like we waited half an hour for quick serve, and there was no line. I think the whole time, maybe like 4 people checked out at the counter. But because of that, we were almost late. And, you know, ahead of us, one guy was also, I think that guy was actually Japanese. So he's probably, you know, probably like a college kid going back to Japan. He was also pretty kind of upset because, you know, they were taking so long, and he was on the same flight as us. So he was obviously a little bit late. But, you know, so we were kind of late, but, you know, the seats are already assigned, so it didn't really matter too much. But here, Zip Air. So that's the only shot I got of the front of the plane. This is kind of going through the gate. This is the door. This is the inside. Okay, so do you guys like this porg here? It's a porg, if you guys don't know. It's you know, the little birds from Star Wars Episode 8. It's a porg. But yes, that's my sister's porg. So here, give me a second. Let me check something quick. Give me like 30 seconds. All right, let me load. Okay, here. So that the porg there is it's a stuffed porg. It's my sister's. His name is Porgo. Okay, so around, I think actually before I started streaming, my sister was she started posting, you know, videos of her porg on YouTube. And she's kind of been doing it as a hobby. So she's not like me where I'm hoping to pursue VTubing as a career. She's just doing it as a hobby. But that's Porgo, you know, it's a celebrity from @PorgoTravels on YouTube. So my sister will be posting, you know, her own set of content from her trip to Japan. I think so far she has like 80 videos or so from her other trips in the past year or so. So, you know, if you guys are interested, you know, I was gonna share it later because she didn't have any time to post any pictures from the current trip yet, or any videos from the current trip. But, you know, all her videos are around her porg, her with her little plushy porg traveling around different places. So, you know, she did go to Japan one time in April, I think. Maybe April, March, I don't know, sometime around there. And so here, let me link it real quick if anyone's interested. Well, maybe not. Let me just type it in chat in case anyone's interested, because like I said, she doesn't have anything from this current trip, which is, you know, shared footage with me. But, you know, everything else is kind of I was hoping to post it, you know, to share it, you know, after how do you say it? You know, after she had some footage from our current trip. Which she will, so I'll tell you guys when she does. And, you know, basically all her pictures will involve something that I've done as well. So I was there for all of it. Hi Taki, welcome back. Yes, I'm back here. If you've been waiting for this, boom. Okay, so there's no content here on my sister's channel from my current trip, but there is, you know, older content from, you know, her previous trip. So if you guys want to check that out now, it's okay. Or not now. Don't check it out during my stream, but check it out later if you want. But she will be posting, shorts and videos from our current trip or our trip last week. But right now you see that's Porgo right there. So that's the star of her channel. So this is on the plane. That's him. So we actually got these. I'm really scared of traveling. I don't know if you guys have, but so I haven't traveled a lot, but I've heard a lot of nightmare stories, like nightmares about flying and unruly passengers. It's good, Taki. That's good. I'm glad you didn't forget me. Thank you. Thank you for watching. But I just started stories about Japan about 20 minutes ago. And so we're in chronological order. It's still the first day and I'm still at the airport right now. But the trip was good. I'm tired, but now I'm talking about it. So I have a lot to share. So this is the plane. So you see, these are some of the seats. I don't think these are our seats, but we actually got an extra legroom seat. So normally I have so many horror stories about what's it called? Flying. I was really scared. Like I would run into some really rude passengers who are like some Karen who's like, oh, switch seats with my daughter or something like that. I'm like, no. But we had some bad experiences, but on the flight there it was not too bad. So we actually had these extended legroom seats. So it's kind of at the front of one of the sections. So there are no seats in front of you. It's kind of just a wall. But because of that, we get like a couple inches more legroom, which was kind of nice. But the downside is that when people see that you have a little extra legroom and they're trying to cross to the other side of the plane, they just walk in front of you. So sometimes people would ask and like, oh, can I cross? And I'd be, okay, you can cross. But sometimes other people, like my sister's sleeping or I'm sleeping, and they would kind of like trip over our feet when they're trying to like sneak across. Instead of going, the proper way, going to the front or the back of the plane, they were just trying to sneak across our seat to save some time. So that was kind of annoying. Yeah. Oh, so I mean, that's not so bad compared to like a lot of horrible things that I've heard, like people banging your seats. There's this whole debate about whether you should recline your seat in economy or not. I don't know if you guys have opinions on it. And I don't really have an opinion on it because I haven't traveled a lot. But my sister says that a lot of people think that you shouldn't recline. But for us actually on this flight it was pretty empty. So we had I think we booked an aisle seat and a middle seat, and then on the other side was another aisle seat. But no one showed up there, so eventually we split up we both sat in the aisle seats, and I think behind us there was only one person in the whole row. So it was also pretty good too. But other than the tripping thing, it went pretty well. I did feel bad for the other people, so there were some other extended legroom seats because they were in front of the emergency exit, and on the way back we actually had that, but on the way there we didn't have that. But we saw that some people would literally just go there to stretch. Like they would just go there to stretch, but not just stretch, but they would kind of stand there for like half an hour. There was this guy who literally brought a book, and he started standing in the emergency exit and was just reading his book for like half an hour. I was like, man, if I was there, it would be horrible. I would be so pissed. But luckily that didn't happen to me. We had the middle seats. It cost a little bit extra, but we had a little leg room, for flying economy. It was not too bad. Definitely I've heard so many bad things. I was so scared the whole time. I was like, oh my god, this is gonna be horrible. But nothing too bad happened. Okay, so that's yes, that's Porgo. That's my sister, the star of my sister's YouTube channel. The link is there, but she has no content yet. Soon though, she was just working on editing some videos, so something will be up. But you guys can check out her old stuff before too. Like I said, she's been to Japan pretty recently, but also I don't know where else she's been. A lot of places, she's definitely traveled to, like probably like dozens more countries than I have, considering I've only been to 2 countries. A lot more than me. Okay, one second. Okay, so like I said, Zip Air is kind of cheap. There's no check-in luggage included. It's extra fee. There are no meals included. You can pay for them. The other thing though, most airlines, there's like a screen on the back of the TV or on the top. There's like, free movies or something to watch, there are no screens and no in-flight entertainment at all. But they do give you free quote Wi-Fi. So this is the Wi-Fi code for it when you're on the plane. But the Wi-Fi is really really spotty and slow. So here's what I ate. So this is the Whopper I bought from earlier on. Yes, quote Wi-Fi. So this is the overpriced quesadilla for like $20 USD. Mine's is better. I posted pictures of mine before too. And then we got the Whopper. So the Whopper was it's Whopper Wednesday. So if you're in the US, every Wednesday if you have the app, you can get a Whopper for $3. This is an Impossible Whopper. Oh, so the in-flight, you can't order some stuff. So they have meals, extra meals you can order. You can also order, they had like cup noodles you could order, as well as like snacks and milk tea. So I actually ordered this milk tea. I cannot read it because it's in Japanese, but it's milk tea. It was pretty good. And throughout the trip, we actually looked for this. It's pretty common brand. So I actually drank a lot of milk tea during this trip. It was kind of my caffeine source. Normally I don't drink caffeine, but for the entire trip, I was basically on my caffeine schedule. So, it's milk tea, but it's also, it's not boba. I actually did not have boba even once in Japan. Boba is not common in Japan at all. I mean, technically boba is from Taiwan originally, but I think in other places it's become a little bit more popular. It's kind of it's kind of just seen as a popular Asian drink as opposed to a specifically Taiwanese thing. And I think Japanese people are very, they have a lot of developed culture as well, so they're not really into boba. It's just not everywhere. There might be a couple places here and there, but I did have a lot of milk tea, so that was really nice. So this flight was like 12 hours, I think. Here's a shot down the row. Oh, here's the water. So I think we bought one milk tea, and then we bought some chocolate or something. I'm trying to remember. I did write a little bit of notes. Yeah, so no meals included, no drinks. You can pay for some. So I ran out of water halfway. Yes, that's Project Sekai. So okay, that's another thing. So first, I tried connecting on my phone, and I connected the Wi-Fi on my phone. It was kind of working, so I was kind of listening to Spotify. That's one of the things they advertise. They're like, oh, you can listen to Spotify for free. So I was actually listening to Spotify. I don't normally do. I normally just listen to on YouTube. But I was loading up all my karaoke songs there. All the songs that I know how to sing, just to kind of review them. And then I tried to connect the Wi-Fi on my tablet. So normally when you connect to these guest things, you kind of have to like load a browser, and then you kind of have to sign in. But for this one, it didn't prompt me to go to that, so I assumed that it was already connected. But the internet wasn't working. I could never load Project Sekai, and so I just gave up. But then like 6 hours later or something, I thought, maybe I should try logging in again. So I tried to go type in the URL manually and then connect, and then it gave me some connection. But it was still also too slow to log into Project Sekai. Oh yeah, talking, yeah. I was only on a few times. So basically for the whole 2 weeks, I did not play Project Sekai at all. I would play one day. I would try to do the challenge show once a day. The rest of my energy, if I had time, I would try to run it off on auto. But basically on the plane, I was completely unable to log on to Project Sekai. Here you see that I'm stuck loading. It was sad. So yes, we had free quote Wi-Fi, no in-flight entertainment, no drinks, no food, but it was very cheap. And the food doesn't matter to me because I'm vegetarian, so it wasn't a good option anyways. Oh, you haven't been feeling well either? Sorry. Well, hope you're feeling better now that I'm back. But yes, I think we actually bought 2 bottles of water because I ran out of water. I think I brought a 18-ounce water bottle. I filled it up at the airport, but definitely finished it all, drank the milk tea, and I was just so thirsty. Okay, so this flight was 3 p.m. So if you guys know, like I said earlier, I normally sleep at 7 a.m. and I wake up around, 2 or 3 p.m. So basically, I was on the flight the entire time I was awake. So, for other people, there would be jet lag. But for me, no. So, I was awake the entire flight. I think for other people, like my sister, they definitely got tired throughout near the end of the flight because, near the end of the flight is, late evening. But that's, when I would start streaming. So I was basically fine the entire time. I had zero jet lag going there because I basically wake and sleep up on Japan time already. So, it was a long flight though. So I think for a lot of people, it was quite difficult. But, we bought 2 bottles of water. I definitely bought milk tea. And then we got to Japan. Okay, so we arrived at, I think it was Narita Airport. I always forget. Narita, which airport is which? I think it's Narita Airport, not Haneda Airport. I hope I got it right. I don't actually have a picture. But here were some Nintendo Welcome to Japan signs. I did post this to my Twitter, I think. It was just on the stairway, on the escalator. It's interesting that it's Nintendo for advertising Japan. And then I think I did post this one as well. Miku, welcome to Tokyo. So yes, I do remember posting this one. You know a guy who ran into the welcome? Yeah. Miku, yes. So Miku, representing Japan. That was cool too. I was happy. So that's one thing we did wrong. So when we got off the plane, we decided to go to the restroom. But because we went to the restroom, everyone else didn't use the restroom, and they kind of got ahead of us for the customs line. So we were literally the second to last people that were arriving in Japan for the entire day. Apparently, Japan doesn't get a lot of international flights. Same when we left too. They don't get too many, so it's kind of like basically after 9, there are no more flights. So we were literally the last people. Everyone was gonna get off after that. So because we went to the restroom and then we lined up, we were literally the last group. It wasn't too bad though. I guess last time my sister went, she said that because she had done all her customs ahead of time and she had a digital code, they let her through faster. But this time, because it was literally all the staff handling only the people from one flight, they didn't give priority to anyone who did their forms. They would just go in order. So we didn't really get an advantage there. So it took a little while, but not too bad. Not as bad as waiting for that quesadilla in America. But yes, I also posted this one if you guys remember. So at the airport, we went to this gacha shop. It's just a small one, Gacha World. And then I think this one here. Can you guys see my pointer? You can. Okay, this one here, my sister rolled. It's a gachapon machine from a gachapon machine. So I think she bought it for one of her friends who also really loves gacha. So I didn't take a lot of pictures from my sister's merch and gacha, but she'll probably be posting a lot of it, on her YouTube channel or her Instagram. Oh, she also has an Instagram. I never view it because I don't know how to use Instagram, but there is a link from her YouTube if you're interested. But yeah, I'll post it again later because she has no content from our current trip yet. She's jet lagged. I'm not jet lagged, but she is. So yes, I did post this one if you guys remember. This is the first Project Sekai gacha I saw, and I did post it. So it was you can see there's 2 groups in each. I think this one is more jump and let me see. I don't think I can zoom in. This one is more jump and Wonderland Showtime, and then this one is Leonid and VBS. So I think I did see what's that one called? I did see the Night Court one, but not on that day. On that day, I only saw these 2. And I posted at the time. Will I regret not rolling on it? If you guys have checked my Twitter, you got the spoiler. But I did not roll on this at the time. I did roll on it later though. Hold on, how do I uncheck this? But it was the first gacha I saw. Honestly, you guys know this. If you see my tier list before, you know that I like Minori, but I don't really like the rest of More Jump that much. Shizuku's kind of, Shizuku's nice, and also Wonderlands, I'm not a huge fan. Same with this one. I like VBS, but I like Shiho, but the odds were not so great. And that's one thing I had an issue with Project Sekai merch. I think the in-game stamps and the in-game stamps, the emojis, the chibi versions, I think they're really cute. But I think this one is not as cute. So this one, they don't have anime eyes. They just have you know, kind of round eyes, and everything is just not as cute as the other one. So I was kind of disappointed. So that's why I didn't roll, because I thought there would be a lot more. But as you guys know, I didn't actually find too many more Project Sekai gachapons. It was just the 3 of these and the 3 of the tags, which I found the next day. You know, and at the time I posted on Twitter, would I regret it? I just rolled it at the last day because we had a couple extra coins left over. Okay, so this is still at the airport. Let me see. Okay, so airport, I think we pre-bought some tickets, so this is before we started using the JR pass, which is kind of only for foreigners. It gives you unlimited usage for all the JR company trains, which is a weird thing because, you know, in Japan there are actually a lot of train companies. There are a lot of separate train companies, which makes it really confusing for people. So there's definitely some, you know, some business and political stuff in between. But anyways, beyond that, I think we got a Skyliner ticket. So the Skyliner is, we already had tickets ahead of time. It's not part of JR, but it is a reserve seating train. So, you know, you have specific seats and then you sit in them, as opposed to the other trains, which we'll see soon. So I think I did not really take pictures of the Skyliner because I was too overwhelmed with everything. You know, we just arrived. You know, my sister was tired, so she kind of takes the lead on everything. Here you see is a vending machine with a Miku. I think it's Miku. Maybe it's not. But we got an Ion water there, so it's like a Gatorade. It's kind of like it's Pocari Sweat. So you guys may have seen this. You know, if you're weeb, you've seen this around, Pocari Sweat. But this is like the sugar-free version of it. But yes, the Skyliner, you see, this is the table. So there was another, what's that called? It was a seat. It was assigned seating, which is really nice. You know, at the time I didn't appreciate it, but later on I would definitely appreciate it. Every Blue Heron Girl's Miku. I can't really tell. I can't really tell if it is or not. It looks kind of like Miku, but I don't know. Okay, so you see, this is a normal train. Okay, so at this time, I think it's already something like 10 p.m. or something. And this is just another train. So we had to take the Skyliner to Tokyo. I think it was a faster one. So I think it was about 40-minute ride or so. And I don't remember how much it cost. I think it cost like $30, which is not so bad. I remember, you know, I was watching some VTubers talk about their trip to Japan. Some agency VTubers. I think it was Scarla. And then Scarla was like, you spent like $300 USD for an Uber to the what's that called? To the airport. And I was like, wow, that's a lot. But that's why, you know, Uber or limousine, I don't think limousine's so bad. I think Uber is the worst. But we kind of planned out things by train. So, you know, the train took 40 minutes or so, but it only cost like $30. So, you know, it was a lot of money saved. You know, I would rather have $300 of souvenirs instead of yeah. But it is, the assigned seating was really nice. And then here I think we got to, I don't remember what station this is, and this shot doesn't really do it justice, but the station was packed and it was like 10 p.m. on a Wednesday, or not Wednesday, I think it was Thursday already. So, you know, we kind of jumped forward a day in time. But it was packed, and this is a train. It was standing room only. And I remember I posted this picture. I was like, it's just like in the animes. But yes, it was Thursday 10 p.m. and it was really busy. So we arrived at Ikebukuro. So Ikebukuro is it's kind of on the on the JR loop for Japan, like around the train route in Tokyo. It's kind of on the northwest side, I think. So that's actually where we stayed. But Ikebukuro is kind of, it's not as old as the other places, so everything feels a little bit cleaner, new. But because it's a little newer, a lot of world biggest things and first things are kind of built there. Like, for example, the world's largest gachapon store is there, the world's largest Pokemon Center, the world's largest Animate store, and, you know, a lot of stuff there. So it's kind of also become like a second location for like anime goods as well as, you know, large stores and stuff like that. But that's where we stayed. I think my sister really enjoyed it there last time. It does feel much less busy than a lot of places, you know, much less busy than like, you know, Shibuya. Kind of, yeah. Well, I mean, it's not like Texas in that way where, what's that called? Osaka is different. So we also went to Osaka on the later on, but Osaka is another town, and that one felt big. Like everything, there was so much space. So everything is just bigger in Osaka in that sense. But this is within Tokyo itself. So it is still as busy as Tokyo. It's still within Tokyo. You know, the train is only like 10 minutes away. It's part, you know, along the route, but a lot of new things are built here. Like new Animate store, the big world's biggest anime, world's biggest Pokemon center, world's biggest Gachapon, and a lot of other things like that. As well as there was the K-Book store. That was really nice, but I'll get to that another day. So K-Books was there are 12, no, not 12. There are 15 K-Book stores, specialty K-Book stores in Ikebukuro, as opposed to the singular K-Book store in Akihabara. So, you know, Akihabara is kind of the big, you know, otaku culture area, you know, Electric Town, you know, anime, maid cafes, stuff like that. But, you know, there are 15 K-Books in Ikebukuro, and I kind of regret not going to all of them. I didn't plan it out. Here, give me 1 second. All right. So the tourist trap. Yeah. So, I mean, we did go to a lot of touristy things. I guess my sister wanted to avoid them, but I guess it's my first time. So I wanted to do a lot of these things. I guess my sister was a little annoyed at the start, but then at the end, she's just, oh, just whatever. So yeah, definitely. I mean, this is my first time to Japan. It's definitely my first time traveling abroad as well. I think my sister has been to Japan 3 times now, maybe 4. But yes, this is just down the Ikebukuro street. Then we got to the hotel. It was a little bit off the main road, so it wasn't super close. But we actually got 2 separate rooms because my sister said it was cheaper. So we actually had 2 separate rooms. So we had a room for each of us. I don't know if I have a picture of the room. Maybe later. No, I have a picture of the bed sheets and some rice balls from the konbini. But we arrived, it was pretty late. I think it was like 10 or something. So, you know, most of the normal restaurants are closed, but Kura Sushi's open. So, I don't know if you guys know Kura Sushi. Hold on. My cord's tangled up. Kura Sushi. So Kura Sushi, I posted about this too. Kura Sushi is a conveyor belt, you know, sushi restaurant. So it's not like the old ones where it's kind of like a sushi boat where, you know, they slowly float by and you pick it up. These are those futuristic conveyor belts where it literally brings you whatever you order. So you order it and then it just whoosh down the road and then it brings it to you there. But yes, it was open until like 11 or so. So we went there. And so how Kura Sushi is different from the other ones is actually that Kura Sushi has gachapon for eating dishes. So, you know, it's you can win gacha toys for eating Kura Sushi dishes. So here, this is you order from a tablet, which is kind of nice too. I do feel like a lot of things in Japan are they're designed to minimize human interaction, which is nice for an introvert like me. I do appreciate that a lot. I know some people say, you know, Japanese hospitality and service is real good. I am not sure. I'm not sure how I feel about that. Like, I'm not sure it's 100% true. Like, it might be true in many ways, but I think it's designed to be very efficient and to minimize, you know, human error or interaction, you might say. So that's another thing with the no-tip culture. You know, in America, you know, the waiter always comes in to check on you. You know, not so much because they care about you. They might, but, you know, it's unlikely. It's more likely because they're trying to solicit for tips. Which, you know, it's kind of it's not the greatest experience, at least for me. But Kura Sushi, you order from a tablet. So after you order, then it says the order was heard. Thank you. Okay, so I'm so glad they had English. You know, some places didn't have English. But this one they did. So you select English and then you order everything in English. And then I think here's what we ordered. Okay, so the things come along the belt. They have chopsticks and tea and cups for you over there. Okay, so I was definitely kind of a newbie there. We actually went to Kura Sushi later on. We went a total of 3 times. And the first time, we were tired. My sister was tired, so she can't lead or anything. She's jet lagged, and I'm completely clueless. I think, before this, I was studying Japanese for about 5 months. I would say maybe. I think 5 months, maybe more. I mean, technically it's about a year, but more focus was maybe 4 or 5 months. And I basically completely forgot all the Japanese when I got there. I don't think I spoke Japanese. I very, very, very few. Like I didn't know what to say. I couldn't understand people. That was about it. But that's I was so glad they had English on the tablet. So I think I posted some of this too. As I mentioned, I am vegetarian. So we have limited options. Honestly, if I was still eating meat and fish, I would probably go to Conveyor Sushi Belt every day, because it is really cheap. So I think each of these dishes is like 130 yen or so. Pretty much a flat rate, 130 yen, and it's not the finest of sushis, but even this level of sushi compared to sushi you can get in America, it's way better from what I hear. But I didn't know because, I didn't eat any fish. So, honestly, we had limited options because I was vegetarian. If I wasn't, though, I would definitely go to this every day. And I would probably go to Kura Sushi simply because you get to play gachapon. All right, let me scroll ahead real quick. So, I didn't even know this was happening, but they are having a Jujutsu Kaisen collab. Yeah, so Kura Sushi had a Jujutsu Kaisen collab. I think my sister actually went to a Kura Sushi in the US before. And she has a video on it for sure on her channel. Let me post it again in case anyone's interested. Ew. I don't want to pin this because it's not really related to me yet. but Jujutsu Kaisen had a collab, so the prizes are all Jujutsu Kaisen. And okay, so back to the dishes. So when you order the dishes, they have this option where, so this is the difference. I know in the American Kura Sushi, if you order 15 dishes, you will win a prize. So it is a minimum of 15 dishes to win a prize. Whereas in Japan, it's actual gacha, or it's actual gambling. So every 5 dishes, you will have a chance to win. You might lose. So you can play, 15 and win 3 prizes, or you can play 15 and win 0 prizes. But in America, it's literally 15 dishes for 1 guaranteed prize. But here it's guaranteed. So at the start, they have an option where they say, would you like to pay 10 yen extra per dish to increase the odds of gacha? So, that wouldn't fly with American audiences, or at least, non-gaming, non-weeb American audiences. But, for here, I think all 3 times we did go for the higher rate. But so I think the first one we played, I think I have a picture of the result. Hold on. Shiate Kis. I cannot read it. I have no idea what it says. But so where's the? Did I take? Oh, here's the slot. So after you eat the dishes come on the belt. You eat the dishes, then you have an empty plate. Then you stick the plate in this slot right here. So you stick the plate in the slot, and then it starts the gacha. It's like putting a coin in the machine. So every 5 plates, it counts it up, and then it plays an animation, and then something happens, like like you shoot, you miss, or you shoot, someone gets blocked, you chop something or something, blah 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 blah. That's kind of fun. But I think we lost the first one. I think we won the second one, and then we lost the third one. So this is with the increased rates. So out of 3 gacha attempts, actually I don't know. I don't remember how many dishes we ate. I'm trying to think. Did I write it down? Okay, I think we only ate 10 dishes that day. So, we were still kind of on, we weren't too hungry yet. because we weren't starving for days. We were like, this we're vegetarian. There aren't too many options. It's not super healthy, so we only ate a little bit. We only did 10, so I guess we lost the first one and we won the second one. But so here's the other thing. When I looked on the floor of the underneath the booth, there was a capsule on the floor. So this is the picture of the capsule on the floor. It was yellow and it was white, and I was like, is it just a leftover capsule? It could be. And then it was kind of dirty though, so we didn't. I was like, maybe there's a prize in it. And then I think at the end, then we used our napkin, we picked it up, and it was actually something inside. So because we found one on the floor and we won one, we actually had 2 prizes. But as you can see, they're both yellow capsules, which might not mean that they're the same prize, but it was. Oh my god! Yes, it was the same prize. Oh, thank you, Taki. Take care. Yes, it was the same prize. It was both Ghetto. Oh my god. Ghetto's probably the worst one too. I mean, I would have rather have one of the kids or Gojo or but it was Ghetto. We literally got 2 Ghettos, so we're pretty disappointed. Even though one was free. So it was a lot of fun though. No Gojo, yeah. But yeah, that's what it was. Did we play again? I could have sworn we went back 3 times. I don't remember now. I don't remember. I think we only went back twice. You're right. I think I misspoke. I think it was only twice. Okay, so this is the only things we could eat basically as a vegetarian. If you're full vegan, you can't even eat this one because it's corn mayo. So this one is inari sushi. It's kind of like a tofu skin. I've actually made inari sushi at home before, I bought canned one and stuffed it with my own rice. Thank you, Taki. Yes, corn mayo. So I think for a lot of Americans, they find this really weird, but it's mayo of corn on rice. It was actually one of my favorites there. I kind of like mayonnaise. I think some people really hate mayonnaise, but some people also say that Japanese mayonnaise is a lot better than American mayonnaise. But at home, I actually don't use normal mayonnaise. I normally use vegan mayonnaise because I'm actually slightly allergic to eggs. So if you come see here next, we have this one. This is the tamagoyaki. So it's like a Japanese omelet. It's kind of with some broth. So technically it may not be vegetarian, because it might have some kind of fish broth in it. But we ordered it anyways and ate it. I didn't ask any questions, so I have deniability. But with corn mayo, inari sushi. Here's natto. Okay, so natto. I've tried natto one time before in America. It was really gross. We couldn't finish it. No one in my family could finish it. But this time I tried natto again. So natto is like fermented soybeans. The texture is really slimy. It's comparable to like snot. The flavor is kind of mild. But I wanted to try it because of the Japanese experience. I didn't, and so this is it's a little different. It's not just natto. It's natto with scallions and mountain yam, which I think is nagaimo. And I tried one. It's pretty good. Maybe because it's surrounded by seaweed, as well as probably being higher quality than the one you find in America, with a little scallion to kind of cut through it. It was pretty nice. So it actually ended up being my favorite one, though it's a bit acquired taste. You might get sick if you eat too much because it is a little slimy. But it was very well balanced because of the mountain yam as well as the scallions on top. So I actually like that one the most of the other ones. Then here we had a pickled gourd roll, so some kind of pickles inside a roll. I think they also had cucumber and the yellow pickles, which I don't know if we got that day. But we didn't leave super full. We were still kind of trying to think healthy, and we're like, oh, we should try to stay healthier. Try to eat something a little less. Don't just eat white rice. It's a lot of carbs. And yeah, that was Kudo Sushi. It was like, here's the pickle roll. So we got a pickle roll. Oh, onion rings too. So they had I think this place had onion rings. I think the other place had fried corn. So not today, but they had some onion rings, and I think we ordered it because we were trying to reach 10 dishes for the second gacha. So we always try to eat in 5 dishes. How do you say it? Something multiples of 5. Yeah, because you can roll gacha every 5. and we got 2 prizes out of 10, which was okay. It was, but it was 2 ghettos, so we're pretty sad about that. So here's a shot of the machine, and yeah, so after you win from the tablet, then the prize comes down from the machine, and then it drops off like right here, and then you can grab it above your seat. So yeah, that was Kuda Sushi from the first night. It was a lot of fun, Yeah, really, honestly, if I wasn't a vegetarian, we would probably go there every day. Kuda Sushi, having, sushi is probably one of the things I miss the most. Yeah, I used to really love sushi, and that's even not having been to Japan. Raw sushi, sashimi, those are it's really special. It's also very hard to recreate as vegetarian. Yeah, but I think after that, I do have to let me finish this day off. Let me snooze my ads real quick, and then maybe we can get into day 2. So Kuda Sushi, it was really late already, so all the shops are closed. I think there's definitely average ghetto hater. It was okay. I feel like honestly, I totally forgot about everything that happened in Jujutsu Kaisen 0. I watched it in theaters, but I don't really remember anything about it. I also what's that called? I really enjoyed. This is a long story about Jujutsu Kaisen. I'll talk about when I get back. Let me finish this real quick. So it was really late. We were walking the streets, but everything's basically closed. Here's just a picture of what is it? Is that Honkai Star Rail? It is. It's a Honkai Star Rail advertisement. So this is Honkai Star Rail advertisement. And then it was just a random advertisement. And then this one here is a Sunshine City X Demon Slayer, or Kimetsu no Yaiba collab, which we were kind of excited about. I'll talk about that more later too. Yes, Gigo. I think we were really tired, so we didn't go to any Gigos that night. We went to a lot more the next day. But then we stopped by a Konbini. I think we went to the one closest to the hotel, which was a Lawson. We may have gone in, maybe not. I don't remember. We were really tired though. But we definitely went to a lot after that. And then we got some Konbini foods. I think I got a corn mayo bread. Some candy cheese is what they call it. They're like these cheese bites in like starlight candy wrappers. Oh, excuse me. And then I got an onigiri. So this onigiri, if you've ever watched people talk about Konbini onigiris, they always rave about the packaging. So the packaging is designed to separate the seaweed from the rice so that it doesn't get soggy. But you kind of have to know how to work it, otherwise it's kind of a mess. But eventually you can get it wrapped and the seaweed's super crispy and fresh. And I kind of miss it. Yesterday we actually had some frozen kimbap from Trader Joe's, and wow, you can taste the difference. Wow, just this is literally just a plain rice ball. It's so much better than this frozen kimbap from Trader Joe's. But that's the end of my day 0/day 1/day 2, whatever you want to call it. I'm calling it day 1 though. So Wednesday we left, and Thursday night we got there and we barely had any time to do anything. But you see, that's 64 photos, and I spun it into an hour of content. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Okay, I do need to run pre-rolls. I think I can go for another hour, and we'll start on the second day. I enjoy this. I enjoy looking at my pictures, and I hope you guys enjoy watching too. But I'll get back and we'll continue. Thank you, everyone. Let me find a more interesting picture to look at. I'll park at this one. Yes, the Gigo and the Honkai Star Rail advertisement. Okay, I'll be back. sorry. All right, I'm back. Thank you for waiting. You know, thinking about it, I actually think they were closed. It was really late. I think it was past 11. And like I said, this is Ikebukuro. It's not like Shinjuku, Shibuya, or Akihabara. I think. And the other thing was we were really tired. It was kind of just, you know, we passed by. But we definitely went to a lot later on. I think the next day we actually, so I think my sister was really looking forward to round 1. I think round 1 is actually 24 hours. I think most round 1 locations are actually 24 hours. But we didn't pass by the round 1, so we didn't go in. We saw the Gigo, and I think it was like close to closing or something, but we didn't play. Okay, so I guess I had mayo, corn mayo. I don't know if you guys think it's weird, but you know, corn mayo, I really kind of enjoyed it. Corn mayo, and then I had a rice ball. I don't know what was in it. It was probably the pickled plum though, the umeboshi, I think that's what it's called. All right, let me see. Here, day 2. Ta-da! Okay, so day 2. I know there's something that I forgot to write about, and I'm pretty sure it was the conveni in the morning. So that is definitely one of the highlights of what's that called? It's one of the highlights of Japan. And the convenience stores they're so nice, they're so well stocked, there's so much variety, and the quality of the food is, you know, much better than you would find at a gas station in America. So, you know, technically American has, you know, their version of convenies, like you know, they have convenience stores like 7-Elevens, but it's not like the 7-Eleven in Japan. It's more of like it's very similar to a gas station. You know, gas station convenies are kind of they're pretty shady. there's very little quality there. You just kind of just go there because you have no choice. But you know, convenies in Tokyo are kind of like it's kind of like a way of life. It's kind of like it's really nice. The quality is just much better and everything. So you know, we did go to conveni last night. It was pretty good. The next day, conveni. I do remember this melon pot. I don't think I took a picture. But we woke up before 10. And we went to the round 1 because apparently, you know, round 1's supposed to be 24 hours. But the crane game section was actually closed. So all the UFO catchers crane games was actually closed until 10. So my sister was like super angry and super disappointed about it. Because, you know, she really wanted to play some. We went there early, but it was closed. And then we were pretty pissed. 24 hours. Yes, all the round 1s are apparently 24 hours. But their crane game section is closed. So, you know, the rhythm section, the other stuff is open, but not the crane games. Yeah, apparently most of the 24 hours round 1s are all 24 hours. But after that, that really soured her experience. So she was really looking forward to round 1 because they're open all day. But the crane game section wasn't. So she was like, oh, she could have sworn. She also said that when she went back in April, that it was open 24 hours, that she did go in the morning. But apparently now it's not anymore. So, but we did go by, and I do remember this melon pot. So I think we bought an egg sandwich. Maybe, I don't know exactly what we bought. But you know, as we go on, I started taking less pictures of kind of the things that we did over and over again. So I didn't take pictures of, you know, every conveni and every conveni meal that we had, but we definitely had basically conveni meals almost every day. We didn't really take the time to, you know, go to a sit-down restaurant for breakfast because, you know, we would have a lot of things to do. But so for the first day, we were planning to go to Harajuku for the first half of the day and going to Shibuya for the second half of the day. But, you know, and then we were planning, I think everything basically only opens at 10. Nothing really opens super early. So we had time, but, you know, round 1 fell through. So we decided to go Starbucks hunting. So, yes, Starbucks in Japan. So, you know, this is the thing. If you've watched, if you look into vegan blogs or like vegan vlogs on being vegan in Japan, like 100%, they will always talk about Starbucks in Japan having this vegan sandwich, this vegan breakfast sandwich at all Starbucks. And, you know, so we were kind of looking forward to that and kind of depending on that for breakfast. But we went to 3 Starbucks that day in the morning, and not a single one of them had it anymore. After, we were really disappointed. So there were a lot of disappointments that morning. The round one was closed. All the Starbucks didn't have their vegan sandwich, which people have been raving on, social media, YouTubes, and blogs for like a year. It's completely gone now. We thought it was perhaps the location, but after going to all of them, we've basically concluded that they just don't carry it anymore. They did. I think one Starbucks didn't have anything. The last one we went to had this one. So this is a keema curry filone or something. So it's basically like an Indian curry, kind of like in a baguette. And so that was breakfast for that day. We had a couple convenient foods. Here was a melon pan. So I bought this melon pan. It was for me technically, but I started to get sick after eating it because I think there was too much egg in it. I didn't realize it, so I didn't finish it all because, I'm slightly allergic to eggs. So I basically had this keema curry bread from Starbucks, which was it was nice. It wasn't as, I really wanted that breakfast sandwich, which everyone was raving about, but it wasn't available. So that's what it was. And then that day, I think we were going to Harajuku first. I don't remember if this donkey is in Harajuku or if it's in Ikebukuro. I don't actually know. I think it's in Ikebukuro. So I think because round one fell through, we looked for a donkey. I think most donkeys are 24 hours too. So in case you don't know, this is a Don Quixote. It's kind of like a Japanese discount everything kind of store. Like they sell kind of like everything, but on a more cheaper side, like not super high end stuff, not like super cheap stuff like a Daiso or like a Seria, which we'll get to later. But donkey is also something my sister was really looking forward to. This is not the mega donkey. So there's a mega one in Shibuya, I think, but they're all pretty big. I don't think we walked the whole thing though. We only walked the bottom. I think we were looking for supplies like bandages, tissue, salon pass or something like that. But we didn't walk too much. And honestly, we didn't walk too much donkey until the last 2 days of the trip. My sister was really looking forward to it, but donkeys are they're really big, and Tokyo's very limited with space, so they're very vertical. So it involves a lot of going up floors, which is really tiring if you don't have an escalator or an elevator, which is pretty often. At that time, it was the first day. We weren't super tired, but we were kind of on schedule. So this is like a pedestrian bridge, I think somewhere near Harajuku, maybe. But we took the train to Harajuku. So, this was something my sister, I think in her previous trip, she wasn't able to go to. So she really wanted to go to. So, Harajuku is kind of it's a small district near Shibuya, I think. Technically separate, but pretty close, like nearby. And so this is Takeshita Street. So I think Harajuku is known for, there's a bigger area of Harajuku, but the Takeshita Street's known for kind of the very like girly fashion. I don't know if it's gyaru specifically, but a lot of very young Japanese girl fashions. It's happened in Harajuku. Like I think there's that cultural appropriation thing with the Gwen Stefani back in the day. Harajuku whatever girl or something. But that's basically what it came for. But so my sister really wanted to come here and take a look at that stuff. Here's the beginning. Here's one of the openings to the street. I know there's another one at the end. We went super early, so we went before 10. I think things only start to barely start to open at 10. But we went before 10, so this is already pretty quiet. It didn't feel like it was in the videos and how people hyped it up, because it was so quiet in the morning, but also everything was closed. So it was kind of nice, but at the same time it didn't feel as nigiyaka or as lively as it normally would. Also, if you guys can kind of see the sky, it was kind of cloudy, and it did rain that day. So we didn't have, I said earlier I lost my umbrella, but at this time we had one foldable umbrella that my sister brought, and we definitely used it a few times. But yes, I think it's in the morning. So this is the gate. This is like a video wall or something. Like you kind of, as you pass by, it shows a picture of you up there. So it's kind of cool. So a lot of people taking pictures here. I know my sister definitely has a picture of it with her porg here, and then she'll probably post that later. But yes, this is in the morning, so it's super quiet. But it definitely got very lively later. This is the first Daiso we've seen. So I think this is probably pretty close to, I don't think they were even open then. It was just it just took a picture of a Daiso because like nothing's open. So Daiso is like a 100 yen shop, or used to be a 100 yen shop in Japan, but they also have branches outside. So in America, I've definitely been to a Daiso before, and it was really cool. It's kind of has this these budget Japanese goods, and they're very different from American goods, so this is a lot of fun. So definitely Daiso is something I was looking forward to, but we didn't go into this one because it was still closed. Yes, if you've so I've done a lot of research before going on this trip. I'm sure some of it's helpful, but I was still felt very underprepared. And these are some of those super landmark street foods that they had there. This was not even Japanese. I think this one's Korean. Longest. What a name. But it's like a spiral tornado potato. I don't know what they call it, but it's like huge. It's not as tall as this, but it's probably like 2 feet, maybe 2 feet, maybe longer than 2 feet long. But it's like a potato, and they spiral it out. So I've actually had that at like a food festival, like a night market in the US before. So we didn't try that, but we definitely a very popular spot. Well, here you can also see that they sell 10 yen cheese coin. So that's something I really like, because I definitely, being a vegetarian, I have a lot of limited options, so I really like cheese. And for them to have a cheese, so it's kind of like a pancake, so like a dorayaki. Well, actually, I don't know if it's I guess it's in a waffle iron, so it's more like a taiyaki. So it's more like a waffle. But then it's filled with like cheese inside, and it's shaped like a 10 yen coin, but it's way bigger, of course, So I've definitely seen a lot of videos of that, and I was looking forward to it. But we didn't actually eat it that day because apparently they have it everywhere. They even have it at like Don Quixote's as well, Donkeys, and I think we eventually ended up getting it in Asakusa. But here's the other one. These are like candied strawberries at the Strawberry Fetish. So that was another one that was like super hyped, and it's like one of those there's a lot of cute sweet foods that young girls probably like to eat, because that's kind of that's what Harajuku is supposed to be like. And then here's a picture of the other one. This is like one of their most famous crepe shops. So crepes are really big in Harajuku as well. There were a couple other locations, but this one I think is the super popular one. Merion Crepes. So before they opened, they actually had a camera crew outside filming and interviewing people in front of it. So I had no idea what's going on. But it was definitely, this was definitely the popular one, I know for sure. They definitely had some kind of interview or like a TV segment or something. But they had a whole camera crew and like people all around, interviewing people in front of it. So we definitely knew that was the one. But we actually didn't end up going to that one. So my sister had her eyes set on this other one. I don't know if I have a picture. So here's another 2 crepe stores that were not as popular. Santa Monica Crepes and some other ones. We went to, I don't know if I have a picture. I don't. I think she has a picture though. I actually have a preview of her video already, so I know that her next YouTube video is gonna be on Cosmo Crepe. Yeah, so that's the one she has. It's a creme brulee crepe. So they did the creme brulee right on the crepe, so it was really good. I only had one bite though because I would get sick otherwise. But yes, there's a lot of sweet shops. I'm sure a lot of girls love eating that stuff. And so I think we end up getting one crepe. I don't think we ate too many other street foods. I think because we went a little early, and also because it was raining pretty hard, it kind of dampened the mood a little bit when it was raining. I guess for the 12 days we were there, I think 2 of the days were raining pretty hard. The other days were not too bad, but this was definitely one of the days that rained a lot. So it was definitely, you know, a lot of outdoors here, so it's not fun. I think here's a picture. Here's an old from 2020, the map of the Takashita Street. Here's the crepes. Okay, so along one of the side paths, the small gotchas, not the next one here, the C# plus or whatever they call it. I found this one, so I think I also posted this one as well. It's Project Sekai Gotcha. So this is, I think it's, I can't see from here. I think this is volume 3, yes. So it's like tags, like these little keychain plastic tags of the different gotcha banners. Which is kind of cool. I was just glad that they had Project Sekai Gotcha. But honestly, it's not something I would be super interested in rolling on because it's a limited set of banners, and I don't think I actually played through any of these banners. You know, I'm pretty new to Project Sekai, so I've only I'm going through the older stories in chronological order. I think I'm down about 7 or 8 right now, and I've only started about 5-6 months ago. So I've only seen a couple of new events. So basically, all of these tags, I've basically never done the event. So, you know, there's nothing, there's no emotional connection or anything. There's also no Minori one, and it's also gacha, so you don't know which one you'll get. It's kind of cute though, but I didn't actually roll on a single one of these. The stamp one I did on the last day. And then, so there's also, I know there's a lot more pictures I forgot to take because, you know, this was my first day there. I was definitely very overwhelmed by everything. I'm trying to remember what else I did there that I don't have pictures for. Let me check my notes. Oh, here, the picture. Pom Pom Pudding Cafe. So we did not go to Pom Pom Pudding Cafe. I don't think you need reservations, but I remember just like a week before we left. I think the Niji Sanji girls just got back from Japan, and I know Selene and Rosemi talked about going to Pom Pom Pudding Cafe. So I was like, oh my god, other VTubers were just here like a week ago. It's so close. So that was all I thought. You know, we weren't planning to eat there. I was just excited about that. That's why I took a picture of it. I don't think we were planning to. We did go to a couple more cafes later. I did post some pictures already, but we'll get to that when we get to that. So Pom Pom Pudding Cafe. Oh my god, you know, the big famous agency VTubers were there. So I took a picture. And then this is another famous dango shop. It's those rice dumplings on a stick. This one they come in like a jar though, and they're really fancy. Or you can get one that's like a dozen dango in a row. Very insta worthy. But we also didn't eat there. Okay, so C#. I don't even know how to say it. C# plus or something. This is a gacha store, a gachapon store, but they're kind of known for having really colorful machines. So I think most basic gacha machines are kind of all white. I think some super old ones are orange. We actually didn't have time to go to the orange one in Akiba, but this was in Harajuku, and everything was like rainbow color, like pink, and you know, rainbow and everything. So we definitely spent a lot of time here. It was also raining, so we spent even more time here. I don't think I rolled anything then, but my sister rolled a lot. So, you know, she'll probably share that on her own channel in time. I think she rolled a Kirby coaster. There's a little bit embarrassing story behind that one. Okay, so we played it once and we don't know what we were expecting. We were expecting a capsule to come out. So you know these capsule machines, there's like a capsule slot on the bottom. But I think the prize, it was actually a flat prize. So it actually came out the top of the machine. And we didn't know that, so we were super confused. And we actually asked the staff, but you know, I don't speak Japanese. My sister's Japanese not that great. And then I think the staff pointed at the prize that came out the top. But we were so confused, we didn't even realize it was a prize. We thought it was a sign that said it's out of stock or something. And so it kind of, you know, like I said, the first day, a lot of not too nice things happened, so it was a little bit disappointing. Yeah, but so we were kind of stupid. We basically got a prize. We didn't even know it though. And you know, the staff there literally told us there's a prize, but we didn't understand what was going on. So we left. We assumed it was just broken, and my sister was in pretty bad mood. So yeah, but we did go back later. And then somewhere along the line, we realized that was probably the prize that popped out. It wasn't a sign, because it was weird. I've never played a flat gacha before. So, you know, normally they come out in round capsules, but this one comes out as a flat thing. So that was kind of, you know, I was a little bit ignorant about that. But eventually we went back and we played the Kirby Coaster again, for sure. And then I know we actually got the best one, or the one that she wanted the most. So that was nice. Even though we did lose out on one completely because, you know, I was stupid. But I know she played a couple other ones. I know she played a couple Spy Family bag ones, as well as a Spy Family hair clip one. I know the bag one, she got pretty bad luck. We got a lot of dupes. I think we got 2 Lloyds and 2 what's Frankie? Is it Frankie? What's the guy with the hair? The handler guy. Spy Family. Frankie, right? Yeah. Yeah, so we actually got 2 Frankie bags and 2 Lloyds, and you know, she really wanted Anya or Bond or something. But you know, that sucked. And then the hair clip, she actually got I think she got some symbol thing that we didn't even know what it was. I think it was Becky. Like Becky's hair clip or something. And then eventually we got a Chimera or something. Like the, you know, Anna's plush Chimera. It was kind of yeah, for the first day it was alright, but I don't have pictures of those because those were my sister's goods. You know, she'll post those on her channel eventually, probably. Here, so you know, like I said, you know, all the places were closed. It was rainy, and it was also a weekday. I think it was well, actually it was Friday already, so you know, it was kind of the beginning of the weekend, but there weren't a ton of people. It definitely didn't feel like, you know, there were a lot of, you know, girly girls with you know, very unique Japanese fashion walking around. It just felt very dreary with the rain. So we got a shot of the store. I know there were a lot of tourists taking pictures of the store. So here's some gaudy fashion that we got a picture of. That's the only thing I have to represent there. I definitely did not see like a ton of you know, it didn't feel that much you know, like Harajuku, like I imagined it would be. And it's probably due to the rain and due to the timing and everything. So, you know, it was it did suck that it was a rainy day. But I think that was kind of it was kind of like the early morning. So I think after that we went off to look for lunch and stuff. But I think we went down. All right, let me scroll ahead. I forgot the name of this street. But we thought that this was Omotesando. So Omotesando is apparently like a very high-end shopping street that goes down Harajuku. But this was not. This is actually the cross one. So it's Meiji Dori Avenue. So we went down that way because it the other side of Takeshita Street kind of empties you onto there. So we kind of walked there, and my sister really wanted to go to the Kitty Land. So that's kind of I think this is the bigger one too. It was like 5 floors or more, but they sell a lot of character merch there. Not anime specific, but like characters. So like, you know, things like Sanrio, as well as you know, things that are characters that are not an anime. Like a lot of Sanrio stuff, as well as other things like Kirby's, and they did have anime merch as well. But passing by, we saw a 3D billboard. So, you know, the famous one is actually at what's it called? Shinjuku? Yeah, the famous one is actually at Shinjuku, but I think a lot of them have popped up everywhere now. So this is one we just happened to see on the Meiji Dori Avenue. It wasn't the one we were planning to. You know, the famous cat one is in Shinjuku, I think. Yeah, we definitely saw that one too. So, you know, went down the street. You see everyone's holding umbrellas. It was really raining. And then here's Tokyo Plaza. I remember the staircase looked real cool, but we didn't actually go inside. We went up the escalator, and then we went back down. We didn't actually go in for shopping or anything. We were kind of hungry, and we were kind of in a rush. We passed by a couple other stores that, I wasn't really, we didn't really go into it. There's a Galaxy store, like Samsung Galaxy, which is kind of interesting considering, I do use mostly Galaxy products. I don't use Apple or other brands. There's an Anchor store too, which is kind of interesting. Anchor's really kind of, made themselves into a bigger brand these days. It's really nice. I think that's another Tokyo Plaza shot. And then, here we go. We finally got to Kittyland. We get a shot of the outside first. So, Kittyland, yay! So, it's many stories. But, what's that called? It was a huge line outside. So, I didn't get a picture of the line at the front because I didn't think too much of it. But you see, this is the entrance, and you see the bridge over there in the back. The line went all the way to the bridge there, and it didn't really move. So at the beginning, I think we assumed that it was a line to get into the store. So we started lining up. We're like, wow, this is a huge line. Is it worth it? And then, so we were lining up. I think I got some pictures of it at the start. And it was raining too, so people had umbrellas out. And then after a while, I noticed that people were walking into the store without going in the line. I'm like, Japanese people don't break rules, okay? They're not like Americans who are, like rules are made to be broken, man. So people were walking in, and like I said, security in Japan is pretty tight. So the staff definitely would have stopped them. If so many people doing it. But eventually, my sister went off. I stayed in line, she went off, and she went to take a look, and she actually found out that to go into the store, there is no line. This line is actually for an Attack on Titan Sanrio collab. So it just happened that day. We didn't even know. But there was an Attack on Titan X Sanrio collab. If you guys know, Attack on Titan, they just aired the final season, final chapters, final arc, final episode like a week ago. So the hype is pretty high for it. So everyone was there for the merch. Let me jump to it real quick. I kind of snuck a shot at it at the end. There's this one here on the left. That was where it led to in the top level. But this is the specific one where people were lining up for. So if you wanted to get to this part of the store to buy it, you would have to line up in that huge line. Attack on Titan, with Sanrio collab. Didn't even know it. We definitely didn't line up for it. I do like Attack on Titan, but not that much. I really love Mikasa. If you guys know, Mikasa is voiced over by Ishikawa Yui, who also voiced over, Lucia, Stell, the female trailblazer, as well as, Violet Evergarden, 2B, a lot of my favorite characters. I don't know when it started, but yeah, that's what it was. So that's what it was. So we kind of did some stupid things that day. Definitely, if my sister wasn't there, I'd be even more clueless. But because she was there, things were a lot nicer already. So it was kind of, it was nice, but definitely made a lot of mistakes. With the konbinis not having our food, the Starbucks not having our food, not knowing about the flat gachas coming out on the top and not on the giant, dedicated gacha hole. It was confusing. But yes, it's kind of getting late. There's not much of an audience, so I think I'm gonna end the story here for today. I'm hoping to tell more. Here, let me post this one more time. I'm hoping to tell the rest of my story. I have a lot more pictures to go. At this rate, I probably have 20 hours of content. I don't know if people are enjoying it though, but it's a small audience, so I'm gonna end tonight. Hopefully we can get a bigger audience tomorrow. I'll probably be doing the same thing tomorrow. Probably start out with some kind of game, try to get the regulars together, and then we can get into storytelling. But yes, thank you guys all for watching. Yeah, I don't really have jet lag, but I am still quite sleep deprived. Definitely was on caffeine schedule the entire 12 days. And when I'm on caffeine schedule, I can't even sleep more than 6-7 hours. But yes, I did sleep 11 hours last night, including my nap. So hopefully get some more rest, and yeah. We'll be back to streaming full time, basically, I think. Maybe not the next 2 or 3 days, because it is Thanksgiving. Oh, again, happy Thanksgiving, everyone. I should have time to stream tomorrow. Yes, thank you, Steffi. But yes, that's my sister's YouTube channel. You guys can check it out. There's no content from our current trip, but she does have a lot of content from her previous trips. So please check it out and subscribe. Like and subscribe, please, if you don't mind. But I'll definitely post it again when she has something related to our trip. I think she does have a video prepped. It is about the Harajuku crepes. So it's really cute. Please look forward to it. And as for this, yeah, I'm gonna be streaming. It's tomorrow's Thanksgiving and the day after is Black Friday, so I have a lot of shopping to be doing. I'm actually finally going to take the leap, I think, and invest in a lot more streaming gear. So if you guys don't know, I'm on a pretty budget setup. I'm on a very budget microphone, so I'm going to try to switch to a fancier XLR setup, as well as get a stream deck and some XLR interfaces. So it's going to be like $500 or something. But I can get on sale, you know, during Black Friday. So hopefully I'm going to be shopping. I got to get those purchases done before Friday. So otherwise, you know, going to have to pay even more. But, you know, I should be streaming again tomorrow. Hopefully do this again. Hopefully we can get a bigger crowd. And I hope you guys enjoyed it as well. But thank you everyone for watching. Please follow. If you're new and you enjoyed, please follow my channel. I'm still going to try to do Twitter updates, but I'm not going to try to push it as much as, you know, during my trip and before. But we'll see where that goes. But yes, thank you everyone for watching. If I have time, I'll also try to improve this so I can get the pictures a little bigger. This was kind of the makeshift thing that I could manage at the time. Here, let me mess it up right now. Like, I could probably just drag it bigger like that. Yeah, that probably... Oh, no. Yeah. oh, sorry. Yeah, like, I could probably make it a little bigger like that. That would have been nicer. Okay, but I'll try to touch it up for tomorrow, and... yeah, well, I'll definitely continue my story. So this is, you know, halfway through day 2. I have, 12 days, so... I have a lot more to share. Okay, so that's it for tonight, though. So thank you everyone for watching, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Good night, everyone. Bye-bye.